Hey guys, this is Vince from Team Too Legit to Crit. I wanted to apologize on the lack of uploads lately. It's a little mix of everyone's fault. In our area, we live in Northeast Ohio. The weather kind of gets pretty shitty around this time of year. Even though it's February, we should be done with that type of weather. But just the roads have gotten shittier, and it's been in the negatives. So school has been canceled here and there, and it's led to midterms being kind of schedule-y wonky, so midterms had to be a little bit later in the year for us. So we were just getting done with that, and we're getting back to our normal schedule. We're going to try to start uploading more. I apologize that we haven't. It's just sort of a, inconvenience for us since everyone had midterms at like separate times. We couldn't all just get them done and out of the way and everything, so... but fear not, set 17 is finally here. We've got our sneak packs, we've got our boxes tossed up and everything. So I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a deck profile. This entire week I feel like we're going to be pumping out deck profiles because everyone has a ton of decks built. Me, myself, I have 1, 2, 3, I think like 4 Link Joker decks, so that's what I'm going to be showing you today. This will be uploaded Sunday. Technically it's right now Sunday 11/24, the 8th. 25 just clicked over. This might be up on Monday, so expect more Link Joker deck profiles. Those are going to be coming out. If you guys don't want to watch those, you don't have to, yada yada. But going to be putting out more of those. The first one I'm going to give you is oh wow, that's bad. It's closer. This is the first time I've done one on my own, so I just thought I would get it out. This is going to be the Venom Dancer Zodiac build. So first, my starter is Robin Knight. Skill is to counterblast 1, put this unit into your soul. If your Vanguard's in Legion, if they have a locked card, you can go ahead and lock front and back row. Really, really good starter. It capitalizes on the fact that you want to lock a lot of cards, and really good for Legion. Alright, let's just set these over here since I'm right-handed and it'll be a lot easier. 4 Venom Dancer. Wow, that's bad. Yeah, I'll just hold them. 4 Venom Dancer. This card is actually really awesome. It's one of 2 legions that came out for Link Joker. Its skill is CB1 Starvader, and you get to lock a back row unit if you have another Starvader in your center column. I really wish I can get rid of that glare, guys. It's inconvenient. But otherwise, his Legion skill is CB1. At the end of the battle, if he attacks a Vanguard, you can stand up a rear guard for every locked card they have. So if you swing, and let's say they have 4 locked cards, you can counterblast 1, stand up 4 of your own units. So it kind of gives Link Joker a bit of stand power, because you don't play stand triggers in the deck normally, you want the critical pressure to win. Well, this deck lets you play criticals at the same time as being able to use those crits while attacking with your Vanguard last, because you can attack with a column, and then Venom Dancer, and stand those 2 columns. The next boss monster of the deck, we have 4 Starvader Dark Zodiac. Oh, there's an extra card in there, sorry about that. This is why I don't like doing deck profiles on my own. His skill is a passive skill before Legion is discard a copy of a card on your Vanguard circle, meaning himself, or if you this can be used when you're not in Legion, so you can just discard a copy of himself, and it lets you lock a front and a back row unit. Otherwise, his skill is CB1. When you perform Legion, all of your opponent's locked cards do not unlock during the next end phase. And I know a lot of people have discrepancies on the rulings, including at our locals, but we got it all settled. You can lock the cards after you use his CB1 skill, and they're still not going to unlock. It just says all of your opponent's locked cards do not unlock. It doesn't say currently locked. So it doesn't matter if they're locked before or after you counterblast 1 when you Legion, they're not going to unlock. So I'm really sorry, I'm trying to get a good angle without glare. Alright, that's the grade 3s. For grade 2s, we're playing 4 Venom Dancer's mate, Sword Viper. His skill is on the rear guard. If it hits a Vanguard while you're in Legion, and if they have a locked card, you can go ahead and lock another. It's kind of like Singularity Sniper from way back when Link Joker just came out, but it's a Starvader, and it's a 9k, giving it amazing pressure on the rear guard. 4 of Zodiac Dancer's mate, Astro Reaper, I apologize, Dark Zodiac, Astro Reaper. His skill is on the rear guard to Soul Blast 1. If his attack hits, you can check top 5 cards of your deck for a copy of whatever's on your Vanguard circle, and then put the rest on the bottom of the deck. His skill is really, really good early game, because even if you ride your grade 2 and you put him on rear guard, there's that potential chance you can check top 5 and get a copy of your grade 2 and just get a free +1, and it's a Soul Blast skill, so it doesn't really eat the Counterblast. This isn't as much as a Counterblast heavy deck, but towards late game, you're going to want to make sure you save up the Counterblasts, because that's when you want to use all your good skills, so being a Soul Blast is pretty good. The other grade 2 is 4 Osmium. I'm playing 12 grade 2s and 8 grade 3s, so my grade 1 counts a little small, but that's okay. This is really important, Osmium. His ability is, if his attack hits a Vanguard, if they have a locked card, you can pick it, and that card is Omega locked, meaning it doesn't unlock during the next end step. This is just a great pressure card. All of the grade 2s have on-hit skills, which is really what's the point for Venom Dancer, is you put them at 4 damage, because when they're at 5, it's just kind of, hit to win. But when they're at 4 damage, Venom Dancer makes all of the attacks very critical, because if they hit, they do something really good for you, like an Omega Lock, or I get to check top 5, or lock another card to make it so that he stands more units. And not only are they at 4 damage, it'll put them at 5, making the Vanguard attack and the other rearguard attacks even more deadly when you stand them with him. So, grade 1s, 4 of, I think, honestly, the greatest Link Joker grade 1 ever printed. 4 Starvader Volt Line. His skill is, when the attack hits during a battle, this unit boosted, choose an opponent's locked card, and then that card cannot be unlocked during his next end phase. His or her next end phase. So, it's an Omega Locker, for a 7k booster that's an Omega Locker if it hits. This card is phenomenal behind any one of your columns. Hitting behind a 9k rearguard, it hits 16. Behind a Legion Vanguard, it may only hit 27 in this deck because the Vanguards don't get power of any sort, but swinging for 27 is still amazing. And Omega locking cards is fantastic. If I was playing Mobius Breath in this build, which I'm not playing Mobius in any build because I just don't see the use of it, this card is phenomenal. If you put it behind a Mobius Breath on turn 2 ride, boosted attack hits, Mobius can lock one. You can choose the order of the skill, so Mobius can lock one, and then he would Omega lock it, cutting their starter off for 2 turns, which is amazing. Next, for Lanthanum, this card is good because you can put it on the front row up here. Discard 1, lock 2, gives him make an 11k attacker, or Venom Dancer. It's not really good, but if you CB2, you can lock 2, or even CB1 for Venom Dancer, and then use the starter to lock 2 more. This becomes an 11 or a 13k attacker, and you can swing and stand it and make it actually decent. So, not a bad card to play. Not really much else you can do. 2 Perfect Guards, 2 Quintet Walls. This deck is not as Counterblast heavy as most Link Joker decks, and being Legion, you want to drop cards in the discard as much as possible with this. Plus, late game, it's nice to do it. Not to really, I guess thin out the deck would be a nice word, because you can, in the end, shuffle back triggers if you want to rewrite a grade 3 with your deck having minimal cards in it, so you have good chances of hitting them. And Tech 1, Anemone, Musketeer, Susanna. Since you can mix clans, I found it a great choice to play, because her skill is to Soul Blast 2. When you place her on the rear guard, you can choose 2 cards in damage and turn them face up. The only reason I would do this is because Link Joker's decks are always super, super reliant on their counterblasts, so she really kind of makes up for it. Even though she's not a Starvader, if she ends up in damage, it's not too bad. If you ride her, you can't move your starter back, which is kind of really bad, meaning I only play the 1, so odds are very minimal. I've only had to do it once out of about 30-plus games, and I've only lost maybe 5. It's a really solid deck, but she just helps you get that later game push, because your soul usually goes unused thanks to Astro Reaper. It's only a Soul Blast 1. And if you ride, that's 2 extra cards in Soul if you ride on Legion Vanguard, meaning this card is more useful. Put it behind the Vanguard, you swing for 25, but getting the unflipped damage really, really helps. So, now that we can mix clans with Legion, she is in, spoiler alert, I mean, she is in all of my Link Joker decks. Trigger lineup, pretty easy. 2, 4, 6 crit. I like playing these exact crits because the more triggers you play of different names, the easier it is to confuse your Vanguard if they're trying to confuse your opponent on what triggers you're playing and what your lineup is and what's going to come next. Same reason goes for 6 draw, 2/2/2. As for playing 6/6 in this deck, since Dark Zodiac is a Persona Blast skill where you have to discard a copy to lock 2 units, the draws are very essential to get him or his mate, get your combo pieces. You really want to make the columns that make your opponent regret taking them, and you want them to restand with pressure. And 4 heal, because 4 heals are really good. Alright, well that's going to be it for this deck profile. I apologize for the shakiness of the camera or anything else that has not really gone exactly how I would like it to, considering I'm filming this at 11:34 at night and I'm alone. So, and glare is really bad. I do like the Blaster Joker mat, and I'm just kind of laying on bed, so. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate the video. I promise we're going to be having more come out in a little while. More deck profiles to go. Not just my Link Joker decks, I promise. We've got Tachikazes, Nova Grapplers, G Paladin, D Police. We got everything on its way. We're going to try to maybe think about a schedule so we can start uploading regularly on a weekly basis. So that'll be it for this video. I appreciate you guys watching. Remember to rate, favorite, comment, like, and subscribe. And tell us what you want to see from in the comments. And we will see you guys next video. Later.